Daniel Campos built his house in the Curicica neighborhood north of the Olympic Park piece by piece when he had the money. In 2012, the police showed up at his door saying he had to leave. His house was considered in the way of the then-to-be-built Trans-Olympic Highway, which could carry athletes from the Olympic Park to venues in the Diodoro area. When he and his neighbors resisted, he says the city allowed him to stay, but opened the sewer covering in front of their houses.
They said they were going to remove this covering that people had built to protect themselves from rats and cockroaches and the sewage because it was prohibited to have that covering. And they were going to clean up the river. Until now, they haven't cleaned up the river.
The city installed these dangerous walkways across the sewer to the houses in the neighborhood. Daniel had to take in several cats to keep the sewer vermin out of his house. The investment in infrastructure that includes highways, rail lines, hotels, and sporting venues is a positive outcome of the Games. But that development has come at a social cost. It is estimated 20,000 people in Rio have been evicted from their homes for Olympic development. Robert Muga is the research director at the Instituto Agarapi, an NGO.
And these are people who were literally told overnight to leave their property, often with the use of force involved, with militia groups involved in coercing people and forcing them to leave. And this obviously is a terrible legacy of the Olympics, and I think will have implications long after the Olympic Games and the athletes pack up and go home.
74-year-old Anita Sousa says the city wanted to put her in a shelter and knock her home down.
I got really afraid when I heard we have to leave, and I was sad when I saw them taking out the neighbors' houses. And then it started getting dusty, and I wasn't eating properly. And that is when I got sick.
She claims she developed pneumonia from the dust. The construction vibrations damaged the structure of her house. City officials now say they can stay, but have refused to fix the damage to her house. Jeff Swicord, VOA News, Rio de Janeiro.